Hi, this is Sarah, the Stitchin Mommy, and it's Wednesday, June 1st, 2022, and I'm here for my weekly cross-stitching update, a couple days late. I didn't warn you, but Monday was Memorial Day, so my family was home, therefore no filming. Yesterday was just a very weird, busy schedule, and I just didn't have time to film, because this week is finals week for my high schooler, so kind of crazy, but he still gets out early today, but at least I had the morning chunk, so here we go. But a good amount to share with you today, and this plans for the rest of the week are pretty, there's only two things planning to work on mostly for the rest of the week, so shouldn't be too much in the way of plans. And even next week, well, I did a little bit of planning this morning. Got my June kind of organized, because we have our WIPGO goals, WIPGO draws for the month of June, so I was able to plot those in, and yeah, I had to figure out what all we were gonna do. Oh, hello, kitty. Yeah, gonna join me today? Yeah. All right, so let's just jump right in. Actually, first we have a little bit of stuff to share. So I got a second skein of back-ordered Gloriana. This one is French blue, and this one has less variegation than the other one, which I know my goal was to kind of to buy all the highly variegated Glorianas for my Jeanette Douglas 4 Seasons pattern, and I still have two more, I think, that are still back ordered. So this one wasn't as variegated, but I figured it was still really pretty, and who can't use another pretty blue? You're not helping, Smokey. So I got that, and then I got the sweetest package from Kaylee Cross Stitch. She is here on Flosstube and Instagram. It's been really fun following her tiny stitching journey. She credits me to some degree for setting her down that path, because I have some of my full coverage pieces are on 40 count, 1/1 full cross or half cross, and she tried it and fell in love with it, and then kind of went down a rabbit hole, and she has discovered all these extra materials and even smaller fabrics like the 56 count. I actually own some 56 count fabric now, but I haven't tried it yet. I'm still waiting. Like I would like to do the By the Bay I Am a Needlesmith pattern on that, but I'm getting a little bit nervous because the she's right here. There's a lot of colors in that, and so I need to just sit down sometime and figure out if I can like consolidate some colors, like some of the greens and things, because I have a set of silk floss that I would like to try to use and do practice basket weave stitch and like all this stuff. I have plans, but I don't have the right colors for that particular design, so it'll have to be a complete overhaul, possibly reducing the number of colors. So I'm not quite there yet as far as my stitching life, because I have a lot of goals right now that I'm trying to finish. So maybe when some of my goals are done, I can have more freedom to play and kind of experiment. But all that to say, she sent me a lovely package, a little bit bigger than some of the tiny stitching sampler kits that she's offering on her channel, just because she felt like she wanted to share share more with me. So I'm really thankful. One of the things is some 56 count even weave. I have 56 count linen. This is pretty tiny. But she had found some even weave, which is not currently in production, but she had a piece, and this piece actually has some stitching on it. I believe it's Karen the Needlebug. It's her start of a project, and she didn't want to finish it, so she had passed it on to Kaylee, and I don't know, it's too pretty to frog. I told her I could frog it. I'm not sentimental about it, but I don't know. I might have to do something with that because it's really pretty. Great stitching. This is 1/2 on the 56 count, so these stitches are decently sized easy to see. So worst case, I could do my I am a needlesmith like this 1/1 on 56 count. But I'd really like to do this is 1/2, sorry. But I'd really like to try 1/1 just because I'm a glutton for punishment. And I like tiny stitching. So that was not all. She also sent me some sewing fabric, and I picked out this one, which is wild and crazy, but she had counted the weave on this, and it's fairly even, and I think it was like a 63 something. I don't know. I think it's about a 63 count. And because it's so small, you could do something on a solid color, like just on that patch, just on that patch, just on that patch, you know, just in here with a light colored thread. So I thought that was pretty versatile for being able to have a variety of backgrounds to choose from. So I'm excited to try that. And along with the impossibly small fabric, she sent along some impossibly thin thread. And this is crazy. This stuff is so fine. This is kimono silk superior threads in 6 different colors. And it is ridiculously fine. I was shocked at how fine this is. This is crazy. So this will be fun to use. And I'll be able to find a pattern with, you know, some color in it because I like my color, and be able to do something. And she said this is good for 1/1 on that, on the sewing fabric. So we'll have to find something to do on there. I have Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers that I don't necessarily have any plans to stitch, but I got it way back at the beginning of 2020 or whenever it was released, for free for like a month. Maybe I could do some test stitching with some of those motifs in there. This is really soft. She also sent me some Almond M&M's Rosé, and this is really, really soft. I think this is just one length of this. This is also very fine. I think it's 12 strand, but this is finer than regular 12 strand that I have had before from like Gloriana, I think is 12 strand. Yeah, this is 12 strand silk also, but it is not that fine. So it's crazy how fine this is. So what I'm finding tricky is matching silk or just fine embroidery floss with the floss I already have. Because this stuff that she sent me is a little too fine compared to what I have. And the 103 like Gutermann threads are not fine enough. So I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do with my By the Bay piece. So I could contact Redfish Dye Works and just see if I could procure another few sets of colors from them, and that might be my solution because then it would at least match what I have. So we'll have to wait and see. Get this all back in the bag. And last but not least, she sent along some Susie floss drops. Oh, and a sticker. That first one is a sticker. Yay! She has a sweet kitty cat too. Aww. Just like mine, although mine's gray and hers is black. So she has a variety of pictures, a couple of each one it looks like. Okay, there's a, yeah, so cute. I might have to share some of these with my daughter as well because she loves cats. And a sticker of Susie. So thank you, Kaylee. That was really fun to open, and I'm excited to kind of continue on my tiny stitching journey as well. And you have helped me with some of these fun supplies. So thank you. Okay, travel stitching. I did do some on both of my temperature pieces this week. The first one is my paw prints. I'm doing the cat version, Wander with me, and there's also a dog version, Walk with me. You can find these on my Etsy shop. Here is where I've gotten to. 27 count Linda, 1/1, full cross. This is vintage country mocha. And did one more paw over here and did a little bit more on the goldfish bowl. A little bit more goldfish left, and then fill in the water and his eye. But yeah, you can tell it's getting a little bit, this stretch is a little bit more moderate, I guess. We are going back and forth with warm and cool, but it's not consistently cool like it was over here. So yeah, still not officially summer yet though, I don't think, because summer is consistently hot. We have not hit that yet, which has been really nice. I'll take it. And then my temperature butterflies, we had a couple different instances where I was able to stitch with some shows. So I took advantage of that. This is also found in my Etsy shop, Temperature Butterflies. There's the example from 2017, I believe. I'm doing mine retroactively for the year 2002. And here's where I got to. This is 32 count, 1/1, full cross on some mystery gray-green even weave. And I did finish 2 colors. So I finished the yellow. Those are the only 2 patches of that color. Then I did this green in a few different places, and that's all of the patch of that color. This is the April butterfly. So I am behind. I started in on this color, this greeny blue color. So I do hope to keep working on this. I don't know when, as I have time. And then May obviously goes down here, and I need to even start June. So definitely need to get caught up on this one, but I've had other things taking precedence over this. It will get done. Worst case, I can finish it next year and just take 2 years to finish it, since it's not a current one. Guess we'll see. My regular travel project is Year in Stitches by the Victoria Sampler. And you can find these individually on their creative designs section of their website. I got them last year on their Facebook group. So I'm almost done with May, but not quite. Probably another day or 2 on this one. So here it is all together. And here's closer up. This is 28 count Dove Gray Monaco, 2/2, full cross. Unless it's specialty stitches, a lot of the specialty stitches are only 1 strand. And there will be some 1/1 sections, but so far we haven't gotten any yet. And I think this is turning out so cute. So I have just some purple cross stitches right here for some flowers, and the rest, some backstitch details here and there. There's some vines and lazy daisies on the gazebo, some antennas and beaks on the little butterflies and birds. Lots of stems here in the grass. There's a little bit of stem going on in the tree. So getting close though. This one is one where you pick your own colors. So I just went through at the very beginning and chose roughly 2 shades of each color, plus some neutrals, and I'm using the same palette the whole time. Just kind of making it work and seeing what looks nice where, based on the pattern is color, so you kind of have an idea of where they would recommend what sorts of colors. But if there's some cases where it looks like there's 2 or 3 dark greens, but my dark green floss is variegated, so I'll just do them all the same color. And so it looks a little bit different than the pattern, but pretty close. Let's see. I guess the frosted pumpkin. I'll do this one. They came out with their clue 3 of their year-long stitch along this year, the Under the Sea Club. So this one is a treasure chest and some coral on sand. So that's fun. I got a little bit of a start on it. I did like just a few stitches on the day it released on Wednesday. And then stitched a little bit during my call with my sister on Friday and got the start of the coral. So this is 25 count even weave 1/1 full cross, and all my own colors. I converted this to some fancy floss just to use up the things I have in my stash. Might as well. I have DMC too, but I've got the fancy floss. I might as well use it. So this has a nice variegation in these corals and seaweed. And started in on this little flat coral here, the brain coral. And then I don't know what I'll do next. I might do these big corals over here and then work on the chest. So we'll just have to wait and see. So I am planning to pull this out every time I talk with my sister on Fridays and hope that'll be enough to get it done. Let's see. And then under the Summer Home Mystery Stitch Along by the Fat Quarter Shop, put out their last part on Friday. So this is what the whole thing looks like now. This is Summer Home, and this is this was their mystery stitch along for the month of May, and I decided to participate and kept it a mystery, so I was surprised along the way as well. They broke up the house amongst 3 weeks, so it did make it a little bit more manageable, and I actually kept up on it decently. I'm not done yet, but I am fairly close, so I should be able to finish it in the next few days. I'm using all the called for things that they sent me. So this is where I am now. This is 14 count Ada in thin white pine board by Fabric Flare, and it's a 2/1 full cross. This is a needle minder I made myself out of a wooden button. Thought it was very summery. So yeah, I got pretty much all the house done. All the all the gray and navy is done. I have literally like 6 stitches right here in between the slat of this fence, and then I have the bush and the rest of the border to finish up. So yeah, this came along really well, and I love this color. This is Cherry Tomato by, I think these are all Classic Colorworks. It's not coming out as, it feels like it's too dark in the picture, in the camera, but that's okay. It's really pretty. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. So I should be able to finish this up the next few days, and just as like a bonus stitching, couple strands a day before I work on my focus piece. And I'm planning to give it to my mom. I'm thinking of making a bag instead of framing it, or I was thinking at first I could make a pillow, but I don't know. We'll see. And I'm already planning to give her Knitting Woman for her birthday in November. So this could either be Christmas or just I love you whenever. So I don't have to wait to give it to her. So we'll see. I haven't decided 100% what I'm going to do and when, but that's the plan. And that's for later. I guess this is also another kind of not random, but unscheduled one. I did His Name is Jesus again with Desiree, the Addicted Stitcher. This one is from Joyful Expressions, and we're stitching this together only when we visit. So we're kind of keeping up on it at the same pace, which is really fun. And we started in different spots, so it's even more fun because then you can kind of see the different parts of the pattern emerge at the same time. So here's where mine is. This is 28 count, Ivory Jobelin. Nope, just kidding. Ivory Lugana, 1/1 full cross with some Victorian mottos. And I finally finished His Name is Jesus. I did a little bit more than one length. I did one length and like a little bit to finish out the rest of this S. So this middle phrase is completely finished. Super excited. So now I get to do all the rest of the little ones around the outside, which I'm excited about. They go faster, and you get to go back and forth between the different colors. So this has been fun to work on, but it'll be nice to get back to the variety of fonts and colors and stuff. So yeah, so that'll be fun. Got that one done, and then I think the rest of them are kind of our regular stuff here. So on Monday, I started my rotation on Princess de Broglie, which was one of my WhipGo pieces for May. I believe it was my last WhipGo piece. So I have 2 WhipGo boards, which is the game Jessie Marie Does Stuff started, and one is all full coverage projects and one is all fancy ladies. So this is the one I had left that was technically both. This is why I have it, because she's got a fancy dress on. But my full coverage goal is 1,000 stitches. So it took 4 days actually to get my 1,000 stitches. So Thursday I was supposed to start working on Knitting Woman again, but I only got 42 stitches on Knitting Woman because I still needed 264. That's not how many I needed, but that's how many I did until my thread ran out to get my 1,000 stitches. Total 1,000 stitches was 1,064 because I like to finish my string. So it's not an exact 1,000, but all right. So here is this one where I got to. This is 28 count mushroom even weave by MCG Textiles, and it's 2/1 half stitches because there are some blends in here, and I actually reached the edge. So this one is like a couple stitches from the edge, but this stitch is on the edge, so that's exciting. I just did some of the typewriter method where I pick symbols left to right, top to bottom. So I ended up coming over here, putting in one whole strip because this color was very straight down, so I just did that. Some of it ended up a little bit in her hair, a little bit over here, finish strings. And then I decided to go ahead and do some more skin colors. So I think I did 2 skin colors. So you can see a little bit more happening here, and some of it ended up on her shoulder as well. So that's what I like to do each time I pull this out, get some background done and some face, because this is a restart and the original one had her face finished, so it would be nice to get her face done again. But I do want to keep chipping away at the background. And that's similar to my one of my WhipGo pieces for June, which you won't see for until the 15th. I think I'll bring that out, is 3 Sisters, and that's another one that I like to do some on the girl's face and some on the background. I kind of go back and forth with each time I work on it. Since I'm talking about that, I'll show you. This is 3 Sisters. I'm working on this girl and the background up here. So this is one of my largest, like physically largest projects because it's on 18 count. I'll work on that later this month. And my other full coverage draw for this month is Young Gardener. This is an Art of Stitching pattern. And this is one that's on 40 count, 1/1 half cross. So yeah, it'll be fun to get back to this and get some more done on that. I'll show you those when they get closer. This one will be a little bit later in the month even. My Fancy Lady WhipGo draws were Lady of the Flag, which is fun. I'll work on that to encompass Flag Day in the middle of June, which is appropriate. And May Day Merriment, which is a Joan Elliott piece I got out of a magazine. It has like 3 or 4 girls dancing, and I'm kind of doing a color conversion on that one. So that one will be fun too. Not yet though. Let's see, what else? Under the Sea Club, Princess de Broglie, Knitting Woman. This is the one I spent a good amount of time on because it was my focus for May. Kind of, sort of. I spent 10 days on this. and this is a golden kite. I'd like to get this finished by November. I'm sure I can do it if I just keep plugging away at it. It's really fun coming together. And I have, I think I'm at like 78 or 79% complete. Getting really close to that 80% mark, but not quite. So it's getting there. So here is this one, 22 count Aida, 2/1 half cross. And I did 1, 2, 3, I think 5 days on this since you saw it last. One day was pretty small, but I did do 5 days on this since you've seen it last. So there's been quite a bit of progress. I don't know if you can tell. A lot in her hand and fingers, which are filled in. The confetti in her fingers was the highest points for a lot of this, and I'm doing the typewriter method, left to right, top to bottom, so a lot of the next symbols I needed to choose were here in the middle in her fingers, which ended up providing a lot of nice shading in her arms as well as some down here, some in the kitty cat, still not a lot over there, but yeah, so this is coming together, starting to fill in. And my plan for this one for June is as soon as Summer Home is finished, which I'm hoping it'll be 2 or 3 days, I'll get that one finished. Then this will go back into that bonus stitching category where I work on it for like a length of thread in the afternoon and before my focus piece stitching starts, which is more in the evening. So I am hoping to get back to my Mill Hill Monday honeybee as well. I'll bring that next week to show you because Monday's over for this week. So next week, hopefully I'll be back on Monday. No guarantees, it might be Tuesday, but I'm hoping to come back, bring back my Mill Hill kit for Mondays as well. Because Summer Home will be finished, so then I can go back to my normal bonus stitching of Mill Hill Monday and then Knitting Woman the rest of the time. To keep chipping away at Knitting Woman throughout the month, even though it won't be a focus piece on any of the days. And then I did Sunday. I worked on my Amazing Grace. This is a goal to finish here in June, so I need to focus on it now. I spent Sunday on it and I got this whole verse finished, which was really nice. 2.5 hours I got on Sunday, which is great. Not a lot of times, Sunday can be hit or miss. Sometimes I'll get a decent amount, sometimes I run out of time. So I had a decent amount this Sunday and got that verse finished. So now I have all of this left. So I'm hoping if I get good stitchy days, I could do 1 day, 2 days. I think I have 6 days allotted for this. So it could even be 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, or 1, 2, 4, I'm hoping I will, yeah, this will take more than 2 days, I think. Yeah, but I have 6 days slotted for this one. This is a My Big Toe Designs that I have recharted, and I pulled my own colors, and the motifs are from My Big Toe Designs. I redrew the text in just the little backstitch font that I really like and made it tiny because the whole My Big Toe Designs, while it is gorgeous, it's too big for the amount of time I had to work on this. So this is where I'm at now. 28 count ivory Jobelin. This one is Jobelin. 1/1 full cross and 1/1 all of the words. It is a little hard to read here on the video, but you can read it in person. So this is a cute little phrase or a size, kind of a square, but I do want the whole thing, all 6 verses. So I'm going to keep going, 2 more verses and that basket of flowers. So this is my focus for a finish for the next week and a half. So I'm planning to work on it today and tomorrow. Then I'll do a sampler of stitches for 2 days, which I'll show you here in a minute. And then I'll work on it. I have it marked off for all of next week. However, if I can finish it in 4 days, with 4 days next week and 2 days this week, I will reward myself with a new start of Harmony. This is one I had showed earlier. Ching Chao Quick? I don't know. This is a freebie on Heaven and Earth Designs website. You can still find it there. And it's just really pretty. Very colorful and cheerful and kind of summery to me. So I'm hoping to start this on Thursday the 9th. So if you want to join me, feel free. I have some Color and Cotton 28 count fabric that is really bright, and I think Ann P gifted it to me, and it's a really pretty color. I haven't been able to find anything just right for it because I do my Fancy Ladies on 32 count, and it's bright, so it hasn't necessarily fit a background for some of the other, like Under the Sea Club would have worked, but it's not really a ocean blue. It's more of a, I don't know what it is. It's really pretty. I'll show it next week, assuming I can get to it. So I thought it would look really good with the Harmony. I'll have something pretty to look at while I'm stitching, and then it could even be potentially a border if everything ends up squared up nicely. You know, I could see a little bit of it, even though it's a full coverage piece. And I know, Thread the Needle. I forget your name. I'm so sorry. She's amazing. She has lots of full coverage projects, and she has done that with a few of her pieces where she works on the full coverage piece with a pretty piece of fabric. Because really, these projects are going to last for years. You might as well enjoy the color that you're working on, right? So that's my plan for next week. If I can get Amazing Grace done in 6 days, because then I could give Harmony 3 days, which is what I like to do for a new start, and it gives me a nice solid chunk, a solid, hopefully 1,000 stitch new start amount, which is great. And in case you're following along with the montages, the summer montage, the spring, summer, fall, winter montages by Pain Free Crafts, this is the summer one. I will also be starting this on the 21st of June and giving this 3 days, which will be really fun working up here in the rows because I start in the top left. So I'm planning to focus in typewriter method here just in the rows section. So that'll be really fun. Ooh, looks like the corn, the watermelon, the bee. This one's probably my favorite. So exciting. Great colors. So I will be starting this on the 21st, which is the first day of summer here in the Northern Hemisphere, and giving that 3 days. So those are my 2 starts for June. So I'm excited. I will now show you sampler of stitches because I do plan to get this out on Friday and Saturday. Here's the whole thing by the drawn thread, and I'm down here. It's upside down. I'm down here. The letter L. Here it is close up. And as you see, the letter L is a little bit bigger than each of these was. So I considered shifting it to Saturday and Sunday instead of Friday and Saturday, because going forward, now that Amazing Grace will hopefully be finished, I can do that, do Saturday and Sunday as my sampler of stitches to kind of end the week on this project rather than having something separate on Sunday. But because this is a larger chunk, I want to do Friday and Saturday still this week because I tend to get more stitching on Fridays and Saturdays. So I want to give it the benefit, the best possible ability to get that finished in one go. And then next, like later in the month, I'm actually going to do it Sunday and Monday just because how everything worked. In 2 more weeks after that, I'll work on M. That one looks like a big one too. That's what M looks like. A lot of empty space there in the M though, so maybe it won't be so bad. All right, let's look at the actual project now, shall we? This is my starting point. Maybe I'll put it over here so you can have a nice, we can have a before and after in a different chunk, although you won't need a before today. So this is my starting point of sampler of stitches, and this is a called for everything 30 count custard cream linen 1/2 full cross. So the L will go right here, and then that pattern will be finished. They come in those chunks. There's 9 chunks. So that 4th one will be finished if I can get the L done on Friday and Saturday. So that's my goal. So this week and next week are kind of goal stitching, but I do have that harmony start that I'm hoping will be my reward for all of this. So yay! Let's see. Yeah, I realized plugging in everything, because I'm focusing on Amazing Grace and I have all my Whip Go pieces, I'm not gonna really have time for stitching on my anniversary sampler, or anniversary piece. It's not a sampler, the Soda Stitch one, which I'd like to finish in August. So I think I'm just gonna do the same thing I did with Amazing Grace, and at the beginning of July, do a lot of that one, try to get that finished. I don't need it until August, but it's the beginning of August. Not like right at the beginning, but close to the beginning. So I could potentially finish it the first week of August as well, if I really run out of time, because there's a decent amount of that one left. So I think I'll give that at least a week at the beginning of July and see how it goes. And yeah, I won't get any other family pieces out either, like my letter F fairy or my dragon. They'll come back, don't worry. I just have other goals at the moment, so. But it's fun. I'm excited with what I'm working on, and I hope you have a wonderful week, a wonderful beginning of June, and happy stitching. Bye.